Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump in charts for Bitcoin, Tesla. Yesterday, the stock market had a 2% drop on the S&P 500. That hasn't happened since 2007 or something like this, like quite a big drop. Or in the Nasdaq, 2% drop, which hasn't happened for over 1 year. And this is apparently due to the fact that everyone about Kamala Harris coming into presidency. Bitcoin 65,400. We had a double top 68,000. Still a lot of volume coming into Bitcoin right now. You can go to bitcoinprice.live and you can also see the chats that are happening. Mt. Gox transferred 48,000 Bitcoin to Kraken an hour ago. This is causing a little bit of panic. And the Fear and Greed Index sitting at 68K. Funding fee 0.1. And 68, and Bitcoin price 65,400. You can see here, got to bounce off that 65K area, lower than yesterday low, 65,400. Interesting. We're going to jump in charts for Bitcoin and Tesla, because that was hit very badly yesterday. After the earnings report, Tesla came down towards my $200 target, 217. If it was good earnings, Tesla would have had a breakout towards the 598. And I said if it had bad earnings, it would pull back to $200. And the earnings were a miss. Even though revenues were a beat, extra costs, that wasn't normally part of their quarterly earnings. So they would have actually been in the profits. It would have been a good earnings if that didn't get beat, unfortunately. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into the technicals. Tesla down 12% on the bad earnings, dropping out of that symmetrical triangle, unfortunately. We had this massive symmetrical triangle that Tesla had broken out with. Remember, Elon Musk put his laser eyes, etc., broke out, had resistance there. Then bad earnings, it dropped back in. And I said if it was bad earnings, we'd go to 200. That was a big drop. We're still up 53% from the bottom. But from the top, Tesla has now dropped from that 270 mark. It has now dropped 20% after that bad earnings. Let's go into Bitcoin, 65,550. Start off on the weekly charts. Weekly charts, we're above the 1 year trend line. Stochastic is turning down though. Stochastic turning down from the top quite quickly. Crypto Guru Bot still a blue buy, which you get in the master course. Bitcoin Indicator Bot fired the buy, didn't fire a sell yet. Volume still very strong though. Let's go into the daily. Strong volume on Bitcoin. Inverse head and shoulders kind of forming here. Actually, no. I wouldn't call that inverse head and shoulders. This is no real pattern. No real pattern in the daily. Stochastic did a double top, turn down, and is turning back up. There's still quite a lot of volume coming in. In my opinion, this is still the first impulse wave. Could this be considered the first impulse and then first to second corrective? Possible. Very possible that this is the corrective wave and it pulls back towards trend line. The trade that I've had set for 2 days is close to opening. It came very close last night. We came down to 64,800. My trade was set at 64,400. If you haven't taken a trade yet, I would move it down to stronger support, because it looks like Bitcoin is going to have some panic. If the stock market had a 2% drop yesterday, very possible that Bitcoin does. I would set the trade at 62,000 on this monthly support, 62,800, stop loss 62,200, take profit 72 and 88K. Risk to reward is 56 times, risking $498 to make 28,000. With no leverage, 10x leverage would be 280,000. That trade would open at 62,787, pulling it a little bit back. Let's go closer into the 4 hourly. 4 hourly looking okay. Depends if this is the first wave is finished and this is the second corrective wave, which we're going to find out in the next few hours and days on Bitcoin. If you want to take a shorter term, more risky trade, there is some supports here. You can take a bounce, but it would be a very tight trade just to catch the bounce off. Actually, it's too close to the trade that I have already set. That's the trade I'll take on Bitcoin. If you want to trade like you're going to see me do, underneath the video, I'm going to show you my trades now. Go underneath the video, sign up to Bybit. You get a $30,000 bonus if you use that link. It's my favorite exchange. If you've been trading on other exchanges that are scammy, or you have super high fees, or you don't know if this exchange is safe, I really like Bybit. I've been using it for more than 4 years every day on these videos, and it's done no problem so far. Crypto Master Course, Stockroo Master Course, take them all the courses to learn all this. Join us in the Telegram. There's 9,000 of you trading. My Bybit account is at 578 this month. Went from 574 this month to 513 to 611 to 578. So almost even on the month, almost sideways movement on the month. My Bitcoin trade, $27,900 in the profit, still funding fee 0.01. So they're charging a lot of fees even though Bitcoin is not moving up a lot, which is quite interesting. It means a lot of people have gone long without it really moving. Let's go into Tesla. So Tesla had a big drop yesterday, 12% drop on the bad earnings, even though the earnings was quite close. They did the estimate was 0.6. That's why they failed. The earnings per share, 0.6 was the estimate. Was released 0.4. Estimate 24 billion. They hit the $24 billion of revenue, but because of that earnings per share miss, it was considered a miss. We still have in the bigger time frame, we had this descending wedge that broke out already, which confirmed and did that breakout. We had that inverse and head and shoulders that broke out and got that move, and then we got rejected off this bigger pattern, which is this big symmetrical triangle. Now, what happens after this rejection? Usually these symmetrical triangles build pressure, and break 70% of the move, but it didn't break out. It broke out here, and now it's come back in after the earnings, but it's still very possible that whether it finds its bottom at 200, whether it finds its bottom at 165, which I don't think it will go that low unless there's a big panic in the markets, then I think Bitcoin will bounce at 200 and then break out of here. Tesla bounce at 200 and then break out of this giant symmetrical triangle. Let's see how long. There is some gap ups at the $200 area, so that looks like it will be filled. There is a few gaps there. So I would long Tesla actually and add more to my position at 200. You could pull it back to, like, if in case there's massive fear, 190, which is very possible in this market with all this politics and etc. I would still be taking that longer term view, and that's the trade I would take on Tesla, which is risk toward 62 times on Tesla. Buying it at 200, 190 and take profit at 575. But everyone, you have to do your own due diligence. This is my trades and what I'm doing in the markets. You make sure you have to do your own, consult your own traders, your own brokers, do your own due diligence. Ethereum analysis, please. Dumping more than Bitcoin. 2 years from Bangladesh, watching from South Carolina. Do you see an early cycle top? I think Bitcoin is in the first impulse wave. Hi, bro. Do good in the same way and let it be returned 1,000 times more. You can do a review in the evening. If something is urgent. Greetings from Kazakhstan. Following you from 2022. Due to rumors, I left trading, but continues after educating myself, listening to you. Love from Canada. Keep it up. Thank you, Malik. Please analyze Pepe. I'm from Morocco. It's been a year following you. You are him. Thank you. No intro, please, James. A lot of people didn't want intro. A lot of people wanted the intro. I agree, no intro better. Please let me know in the comments, guys. And everyone, do you want intro or not intro? What's the best way to make money from crypto trading? Buy Bitcoin, send it to someone, learn what it is. Once you learn what it is, then begin. What got you into training? Who was your mentor? I would say Warren Buffett. I would want to start a podcast and would love to have you as my guest. Awesome. It would be great. Contact my team. Contact at jamescryptoguru.com and they'll organize it with you. What got you into trading? I started trading at 14 years old on Forex markets doing technical analysis. I found it online, or I wanted to invest a little bit of money, and then I started researching and did Forex and put some money in and started trading at 14. Who was your mentor? I would say my mentor, one of the biggest mentor is Warren Buffett. He's one of the richest people in the world, very old man, happy, great investor, made billions of dollars, was richest for like 40 years, and is quite like happy person and healthy and enjoying life, which I really like. Thanks for the updates. That's the updates, everyone. Thank you for all the questions. In the next video, I'll do Pepe and Ethereum. I'll try and get those two in there as well. And if you want me to, if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.